This Chinese morning market is already in motion, with vendors preparing and serving food as customers move between the stalls. A portion of food is served in a disposable cup for a customer to eat. Large prepared flatbreads are stacked on plastic and ready for sale at the stall. While the food is being prepared, customers gather around the stall to wait for their order. Another flatbread with a decorative edge and seasoning is shown in close-up. The vendor manages the chopped ingredients on the cutting board using a large cleaver. Customers and pedestrians move through the outdoor market area as activity continues through the market. The vendor is assembling a dish using ingredients and meat at the market counter. Large portions of prepared meat are ready for serving and are stacked together carefully. Large portions of meat are being prepared after cooking near a metal strainer. The meat is finely chopped by hand on a wooden board using a large cleaver. Vegetables are added to the chopped meat mixture on the wooden preparation surface. The ingredients are gathered together for the next stage of preparation using a knife. The prepared dish is served to customers waiting in line at the busy market. A vendor prepares dough by pressing it on a heavy wooden surface. The market area is crowded with people and various vehicles moving past the shops. A worker wearing gloves and a mask prepares food items in metal tiered baskets. Hot food is removed from the steamer baskets as steam rises in the air. Steam rises continuously as the vendor works with the cooking equipment. People gather at different outdoor food stalls throughout the busy market area. One vendor prepares dough, while another manages flat cakes on a shallow pan. The staff manages large quantities of prepared vegetable fillings and continues frying the cakes. One cook focuses on shaping dough, while the other monitors the cakes in the pan. The preparation continues as dough is shaped, and cakes are fried to a golden brown. Fried cakes are placed on a cooling rack, while more are prepared to fry. A staff member packages an order for a customer by placing food in a plastic bag. Vendors organize large batches of prepared ingredients and cook flatbreads for the busy morning crowd. A close-up reveals a freshly sliced flatbread stuffed with vegetables and herbs. A vendor serves a dark-cooked ingredient from a large preparation pot using a spoon. The food is portioned into a disposable container for a customer to take away. The customer receives the prepared tray of food after it has been served. The serving process continues as vendors prepare the next order over the empty container. The vendor prepares to serve steamed food at the outdoor stall while waiting. Steamed food is carefully retrieved from the hot steamer using a metal ladle. The freshly steamed items are arranged on a plate for serving using gloved hands. The dish is portioned into a container for the customer, topped with ingredients. Preparation continues with more food, ready in the steaming equipment at the stall. The vendor continues to plate the hot food from the steamer onto a yellow plate. The vendor begins assembling a dish by selecting ingredients from prepared containers. Preparation continues as the vendor organizes the components for the customer order. A completed order in a plastic bag is handed over to the customer. The market environment is active, with customers moving through the busy street area. People pass through the market area, along an outdoor walkway near the stalls. Nearby, another stall is busy preparing food for its customers at a cutting board. Vendors work together to prepare ingredients at the market stall nearby. The meat is carefully sliced down into smaller pieces for serving with a cleaver. Large pots are kept hot while the food is prepared fresh by the vendor. The meat is chopped finely on the heavy cutting surface with a cleaver. The preparation continues until the meat is ready for the customers to buy. The vendor uses a knife to gather the chopped meat on the wooden board for next stage of preparation. A vendor prepares fresh meat by slicing a piece of red meat on a wooden cutting board. Customers gather around a stall while the vendor works a large pot of liquid with a ladle. The market is bustling with people walking between various outdoor food vendors on the crowded street. A cook in an orange apron stirs a large batch of food being kept warm in a vat. The vendor uses a large ladle to scoop food from a steaming pot of reddish liquid. Prepared food is portioned from the large cooking vessel into smaller bowls for a waiting customer. A vendor stands at the stall, ready to serve customers next to a large pot of food. The cook focuses on maintaining the large batch of simmering food using a wooden spoon. A tray filled with golden brown fried snacks sits ready for purchase at the market stall. Steam rises significantly as the vendor prepares large pieces of meat on the flat-top grill. Various prepared ingredients and meats are laid out nearby, while the vendor works on the grilled meat. The vendor continues to prepare food orders at the busy stall, surrounded by trays of colorful vegetables. A vendor in a red jacket prepares to serve from a stall filled with various prepared ingredients. Large cooked meats are chopped down into smaller portions, using a large knife on a board. The vendor works quickly to prepare the meat dish by chopping with a knife. The meat is sliced and prepared for immediate serving as the vendor uses the knife. Portioned food is placed into clear plastic bags for the customers to take away. The prepared food is bagged and ready for sale, while the vendor prepares the next order. On a busy street, pedestrians move past parked scooters and taxis near the storefronts. A cook prepares grilled meat by turning skewers over an open outdoor grill. Staff members prepare various flatbreads at a food stall located under a blue sign. Freshly cooked flatbread is sliced on a wooden board and prepared for serving. Pedestrians walk through the city area with a large stone structure visible in the background. People are walking through a busy outdoor market area on a cold day. Vendors manage a large variety of prepared food items laid out for customers. The vendor prepares to serve packaged items from the display. The food is neatly packaged in clear trays ready for purchase. Hot food is kept warm or steamed in a large vat at the stall. A customer captures a video of the hot food being prepared. A vendor prepares steamed snacks at an outdoor stall for waiting customers. Individual portions of food are arranged inside a large steamer to heat. People move through the market area, past various food vendors. Large portions of cooked meat are laid out and ready for serving. A market vendor manages a variety of prepared meat dishes for customers.
来，泡泡干来了啊，甜的喝。来，税单位价啊，皮包啊。
Shoppers look through a variety of vegetables at an outdoor market stall. People gather at a stall selling stacks of prepared flatbreads. A vendor serves customer at a stall featuring large breads. A close-up shows layers of baked flatbreads ready for sale. A vendor handles orders for customers at the market. The vendor stands by a stall filled with various prepared food goods. A vendor prepares to serve flat-baked goods. The vendor organizes the food for sale. Customers gather at a stall to browse options. The vendor displays fresh produce to the customers.
东北的冰糖雪梨、大冻梨，回头客都追着我买，吃过的回头客都追着我买。越大越好，哥们儿，说一个来5块钱一斤。
The vendor organizes the produce in the bins.
大唐不夜城，你看看去，哥们儿，别处都没有卖的东北的大冻梨。
Various varieties of baked goods are laid out for sale at the market. A vendor works on preparing freshly fried pastries for customers. People move through the busy market area on the street while wearing winter clothing. A butcher begins slicing a large cut of prepared meat for customers on a wooden board. The meat is thinly sliced as it is prepared for serving and stacked in layers. The sliced meat is piled high, ready to be weighed out on a clean board. A vendor is carefully slicing a large cut of meat for customers with a large knife. The prepared meat is gathered and ready to be sold on the display surface. At the busy market, a vendor tends to her fresh produce behind the stall. Passers-by move through the outdoor market area, lined with various food stalls. Freshly steamed buns are displayed and ready for sale behind a vendor in an apron. The vendor prepares to serve the buns to a customer waiting nearby. A vendor serves a bag of fresh dough buns to a buyer at the market stall. The stall features many bags of prepared dough buns ready for sale on a table. Large quantities of snacks are displayed in clear bags at the market stall. The vendor manages the selection of snacks for customers while they wait nearby. A large prepared food item is kept wrapped in plastic to maintain freshness on a tray. Layers of prepared food items are neatly stacked and wrapped ready for sale. The market reaches its peak activity as many shoppers gather among the stalls. Vendors attend to fresh produce for customers in the morning market area. Massive quantities of fruit are laid out for passers-by on a small open vehicle cart. A vendor manages her stall amidst the busy market environment while checking her phone. Shoppers navigate through the crowded walkway as the morning trade continues. A customer inspects fresh cauliflower at an outdoor stall while the vendor prepares it. Vendors prepare blocks of food for sale at the market table. Customers receive packaged food items from the market vendors at a stall with pots. A variety of prepared and pickled vegetables are displayed in trays for the customers to see. Fresh produce is unloaded from a delivery vehicle at the market during the morning. Pedestrians move through an outdoor area on a cold day while wearing winter clothing. The vendor prepares a portion of noodles for a customer by lifting them into a bag. A customer selects food items from the market stall while the vendor watches closely. Several customers wait and observe the available food products at the busy market stall. A transaction takes place between the vendor and the customer as paper currency is exchanged. The vendor continues to package food for the buyers using a metal scoop. Large quantities of prepared noodles are ready for sale at the market near plastic bags. The vendor prepares portions of food for customers passing by the outdoor market stall. Prepackaged noodles are displayed prominently on a metal table for a quick and easy purchase. Customers gather around the stall to select various food items from the vendor. On a large griddle, flat cakes are being cooked and turned over with a spatula. A large slab of prepared meat is shown, being expertly sliced into thick pieces. The vendor carefully slices the meat into uniform portions for customers using a large knife. Each slice reveals the texture and internal layers of the cooked dish. At the market stall, a variety of prepared meats are ready for sale on the counter. Various cuts of cured meat are displayed on a metal tray showing different colors and textures. Pedestrians move through a busy outdoor market area alongside a long wall. A food vendor prepares to serve a variety of fried snacks to the morning customers. Customers document the food display with a smartphone while the vendor works nearby. Trays of freshly prepared snacks are laid out for sale at the market. The vendor manages a large quantity of dried food goods sitting on the table. Large quantities of dried food ingredients are prepared for the market in the preparation area. A vendor stands at an outdoor stall, displaying various prepared food items and condiments. The vendor prepares an order by weighing the food for a customer on a digital scale. The vendor continues to prepare food portion among a selection of jars and packages. The vendor remains busy serving food items at the outdoor market stall while customers wait nearby. Nearby, a worker prepares fresh meat next to a large pot of steaming liquid.
已支付收款6元。已支付收款6元。
Customers gather around an outdoor food stall, some checking their mobile devices while they wait. A customer captures photos or video of the food preparation process with his mobile phone. The staff work together to prepare orders for the customers on a large flat griddle. The vendors manage large cooking equipment, including pots and griddles during the morning rush. The food is carefully arranged on the griddle to ensure it cooks evenly for the customers. Rows of pleated dough buns turn golden brown as they cook on the hot griddle. A vendor prepares a dish in a large, steaming pot at the market preparation area. Food is being ladled into a plastic bag for serving or transport. A vendor thinly slices dried meat products by hand, using a large knife. The dried meat is carefully cut into uniform slices by the vendor at work. A quantity of prepared sliced meat sits ready for sale on the market surface. Pedestrians move through the market area as they pass by the various food stalls.